Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins. We're experts at AI coaching and helping professionals like you and your employees upskill in AI.
Our analysis today is based on the article Claude Dispatch and the Power of Interfaces, which was written by Professor Ethan Mollick and published in his newsletter, One Useful Thing, on March 31st, 2026. It really gets into a critical and I think often overlooked aspect of artificial intelligence. So, let me just ask, do you ever feel like AI isn't quite living up to the hype in your actual day-to-day work? It's a very common sentiment. The technology is obviously impressive, but trying to integrate it into a complex workflow can be, well, frustrating. This overview is going to explore the real reasons behind that disconnect.
According to Mollick, the central problem isn't the AI's intelligence. Instead, it's a concept known as capability overhang. You can think of this as the gap between what an AI is theoretically capable of doing and what we can practically get it to do. And that gap is often created by the limiting tools we use to access it.
So, let's diagnose this problem a little more precisely. It really begins with the one interface we're all familiar with, the chatbot, and what can be described as the mental tax it places on anyone trying to perform complex work.
There's research cited in the article that looked at financial professionals using GPT-4o, and it found that the chatbot format itself creates a significant cognitive overload. You know what I'm talking about. You get these huge walls of text, or the AI offers up new topics that cause distraction. Sometimes it just mirrors your own disorganized process back at you, which only adds to the confusion. The study also noted this tends to harm less experienced workers the most, sometimes even offsetting the productivity gains.
Mollick puts it quite bluntly. He writes, "The interface itself creates cognitive costs that overwhelm the benefits of the AI's intelligence." In other words, the tool that's supposed to help you becomes the obstacle. It creates so much friction that the intelligence it provides just can't compensate.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, it appears to lie in a pretty fundamental shift in how we interact with AI, moving from these simple conversational tools toward more proactive, task-oriented agents.
And that difference is absolutely crucial. A chatbot is reactive. It's stuck inside a chat window, and it demands constant input from you for any kind of complex task. An agent, on the other hand, is designed to be proactive. It's integrated with your actual files and applications, it's focused on completing tasks, and its goal is to act like a competent assistant that can work autonomously.
And this shift, it isn't just theoretical. We are already seeing it happen with emerging tools. You've got the open-source agent OpenClaw, which uses familiar apps, but does come with some potential security risks. And then there's Anthropic's Claude Cowork, which is a more secure, sandboxed approach designed for knowledge workers. But the ultimate goal for all of them is really the same: an AI that works on your files, with your tools, and in a way that feels natural.
Now, this kind of workflow is really transformative. Imagine a user just sending a task from their phone through an app like Dispatch. The AI agent on their desktop can then access local files, like a PowerPoint deck, find the data it needs either on the computer or online, and then update the file directly, for example, by replacing a graph. A complex task gets finished with very little intervention from you.
But the evolution doesn't just stop with these pre-built agents. The next logical step moves towards something even more dynamic, something even more responsive. This is the concept of interfaces on demand. And it basically flips the entire model on its head. Instead of you having to adapt to the AI's interface, the AI will generate and adapt its interface specifically for you and your task right in the moment you need it.
So what would this actually look like in practice? Well, you might see an interactive data visualization just appear inside a conversation. Or maybe a custom chart gets created on the fly just to answer one specific question you have. It could even be a temporary, purpose-built application that's generated instantly to solve a unique problem.
So what is the crucial takeaway in all of this for professionals who are really trying to leverage AI in their work?
I think it comes back to this quote. That feeling of AI disappointment that people sometimes talk about, it doesn't come from the AI being bad. It comes from the interfaces being wrong. We have this incredibly powerful engine, but we've been forcing people to access it through a really cumbersome and limited window. And what this all means is that the next huge leap in AI-driven productivity, it isn't going to come from a smarter model. It's going to come from finally closing that capability overhang. And that, fundamentally, is a problem of interface design.
Thank you for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition.
If you like these videos, you can use the QR code from the beginning of this video to buy us a coffee, or you can hire us to coach you or your employees in AI. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course,
Like, comment, and share to help us reach a wider audience.